The desert wind carried whispers across the faded stones of Al-Dabar, a city carved from ochre limestone and forgotten under dunes that had shifted like the hands of time. Beneath the burnished skies of what we now call Syria, Al-Dabar had once stood as the heart of an empire that never was. An empire that, according to ancient Assyrian scrolls, marked its rise not with swords or flame, but with the breath of stars. Sages in ceremonial indigo walked its obsidian-paved plazas, inhaling the dry scent of myrrh in prophecy. Their eyes, it was said, were mirrors of the constellations, and their words turned kings into dust. Yet Al-Dabar vanished long before even Rome dreamed of conquest. Nothing remained but fragmented legends and a name etched wrongly into maps as myth. If Alexander the Great had not died in Babylon, if his fevered dreams had not burned out beneath the shadow of summer palaces, he might have marched further, drawn not by conquest, but by a vision. His scholars, steeped in tales gathered from Phoenician traders and conquered magi, spoke often of a temple hidden beneath the dunes of the east, a place where the sky once touched the earth. Had his campaign turned toward Al-Dabar, he would have found not a city, but a crucible. In one version of this world, he did. There, beneath towering arches laced with sapphire inlays, Alexander encountered men who claimed their gods were neither carved idols nor cosmic chants, but knowledge itself, older than the Nile, colder than Olympus. And in listening, he became something else, not a conqueror, but a keeper. Years passed, and the empire that had threatened to die with him instead endured, reshaped by what Alexander had unearthed. Great libraries rose along the Euphrates, charting the stars not for fate, but for understanding. Eastern philosophies mingled with Macedonian order, birthing an age of harmonious conquest, where battlegrounds were replaced by academies marbled in ivory and copper. Al-Dabar, once hidden beneath layers of heat and oblivion, emerged at the center, not just of geography, but of thought. Travelers from Gaul to Gujarat came seeking entrance to the inner chamber, a space where it was believed time moved in spirals, not lines. It was not without conflict. Dozens died guarding its secrets as rival generals sought to claim the knowledge for themselves. But still it endured, cloaked in twilight and guarded by silence. The Renaissance, as we know it, never ignited in Florence, for it had no need to. Centuries earlier, a golden age had already bloomed in the Fertile Crescent. Machines powered by air pressure and bronze logic mechanisms spun quietly in underground repositories maintained by silent, robe-draped custodians. The Church, recognizing the sheer breadth of Al-Dabar's scripture, integrated rather than resisted. Papal decrees carried symbols once etched in cuneiform, while Hebrew mystics found common cause with Dabarite scrolls that predated their own. The Americas were discovered not by conquest, but correspondence, the Dabarite diaspora sharing tools of measurement with oceanfarers who sought not gold, but archives preserved in obsidian capsules. Civilization, refracted through Al-Dabar's prism, became not a ladder, but a circle. But what man builds, hubris unravels. In the year of 7 suns, so called because comets burned across the sky like the tears of forgotten gods, a schism erupted. Within Al-Dabar's central council, a faction declared that some knowledge must be sealed forever, that what had been glimpsed beneath the city, circular devices spinning in fluid suspension, endlessly repeating sequences of unknown language, was not for mortal minds. The Guardians believed this power to be divine, or dangerous, or both. But others, drunk on progress, demanded release. Riots bloomed like fire orchids along the city's mosaic avenues. And on the eve of the Festival of Light, the dome of spiral wisdom collapsed, not from bombardment, but from within. Something ancient had been awakened, and in silence, it buried itself again, taking Al-Dabar with it. Now, in our world, only faint echoes remain. The magnetic anomalies near Palmyra, a scroll unearthed in the 18th century that depicts solar systems long before telescopes. Dreams shared among Bedouin of a city with no shadows. What if Alexander had made but one different choice? The line is thin between myth and memory, and thinner still between potential and oblivion. Somewhere beneath layers of silence and sand, Al-Dabar may still dream, caught in its spiral of what once was and might be again. And when the wind shifts over that ancient land, it still carries the scent of copper, myrrh, and lost prophecy.